What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Simple Minds, and we're returning to Street Fighting Years 1989. Thank you again to Phil for providing this. I believe it's a super deluxe edition with 2 discs. But the next track in the proper playlist is Soul Crying Out, which sounds like an expression in which, on the surface, maybe they are not being loud or calling for help or lashing out or anguishing, which is further to say it sounds like whatever distress they're feeling is coming from within, and the soul here, I'm guessing, I suppose it could be used in a more metaphysical sense, but I see it more as the idea of one's internal thoughts and feelings and personality, which sometimes, and in different contexts, we humans mute, or at the very least hold back, or what's the right verb I'm looking for? Restrain, in one capacity or another based on social considerations or interpersonal situations, meaning sometimes you don't want to reveal that you're in pain or you don't want others to know what you're going through. So it feels like the kind of phrase that comes from someone else is like, I think your soul's crying out. Now that could be correct or incorrect, meaning sometimes a person might have a perception in that regard that doesn't match the way the person in question is actually feeling internally. Either way, it's a poetic phrasing and obviously an interesting starting point for a song and whatever themes it may have. I will try to follow along as I can. This is Simple Minds. The song is Soul Crying Out, and it's from their 1989 album, Street Fighting Years.
Listen to the rhythm, listen to the beat. There's a cold wind blowing up through the street. Soul crying out, people crying out. And through the valleys into a street, feel the whole world moving underneath the feet. Something's going on, as if water's going wrong. I feel them coming so close behind. Sister says we're next in line, and then he said that's okay, and the government said you gotta pay. And you pay, still you pay. Underneath the heat, I hear what they say, but I don't believe what they say. I see the woman, tears in her eyes. I hear the baby calling in the night. Something on the bed, what's it something she said? This is not right. What goes on through the night? I hear her coming all in my mind. Sweet common love, so hard to find. Someone said, man, that's sad, and the people walk by 'cause they're so blind. And you pay, still you pay. It's just a soul crying out, just the people crying out. It's people crying out, and I can hear you crying out, and I can feel you crying out. And I say
better than a fade out ending. Is it not over? Really over? Got me with that false ending. I mean, it would have been an epic tune already, and then it gave us another couple minutes, another 3 minutes or something, of an even more emotionally pleaful. I don't know if that's a word, but yeah, it felt like the emotion got even more intense, and the epic quality went to another level in those last couple minutes. So yeah, really enjoy that tune. Very powerful and moving, even if I'm not quite sure like the essence of it. Like, he's saying that it's not just one person whose soul is crying out, it's everybody. And it's not just everybody, it's different generations, right down to the children, even the babies. And it's the narrator, it's the person being addressed, it's the land itself, it's the earth. Everybody's crying out. So there's some aspect or some quality or characteristic of reality, of life, that is leading everyone, personal and impersonal, to be not fully satisfied, to want relief, to want some measure of salvation or solace or communion that is not taking place. And the narrator is saying, for his part, the only thing I know is that I got to get out of here. I got to go somewhere. And whether it's about that journey providing the relief, or some as of yet undiscovered destination, or maybe the destination temporal, physical, psychological, interpersonal, communal, whether it's known or not, it's this need to find something that is different from what is currently happening, different from the current location, whatever type of location that might be. So yeah, that the narrator is saying all he knows is that he can't stay as is. He can't just accept the status quo and stand in place and wait for relief, which does speak to an active or proactive, as someone might say, approach to this lack of satisfaction or feeling of contentment, or again, the opposite of contentment. So yeah, I don't know what that is, but I do know that it sounds like it's beyond just a like, oh, I'm upset with the way my personal life is going. He's suggesting this is broad. And the feeling of the tune, it's big, it's powerful. It is everything and everyone and the earth itself, the land itself. And it's also very emotional sounding. And shout out to Kerr's vocals, which I think I heard most of. Though, again, the lyrics as I caught them were abstract enough. And who knows, maybe I missed a very detailed aspect of it. But the lyrics as I caught them felt like generalized, like this could be different things to different people. either way, I felt the emotional intensity coming through, and I really did enjoy the Sonics, especially the first time it went into, I don't know if it's the chorus, but when it got deeper and the lower end got heavier, and it felt like the scope and scale of the tune got so much bigger. And I like, there's different keyboard chords, there's like these organ, like church organ style chords. They had a lot of depth to them. And then there was like a lighter, like almost kind of like Eastern style melody. It was pretty simple, but it gave a lot of atmosphere. And there's, some big drum moments. And definitely it's the kind of tune, when I was going through the mid 80s stuff, I feel, I don't know if it started with Sparkle in the Rain. I'm trying to remember. I think it was maybe Once Upon a Time. Yeah, I think it was Once Upon a Time. But people were saying, this is kind of when they were like doing a bit of a U2 thing. I hear that a little bit here, but it's sort of like that mixed with their soundscape, cinematic theme from great cities type of vibe too. So it's like a bit epic pop rock mixed with a bit of that soundscape style. So yeah, it felt like I could see why maybe someone would say that again, like, oh, it's kind of U2 vibes here, but it's still very much Simple Minds' own, if that makes sense. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and different than the opening tune on the album, the title track. So very curious to hear where this album will go. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.